the house is not this place of safety. I mean, what's asbestos? It's something that's dangerous to us. And I think Arnold calls the house a cardboard box that he could just blow down. There's something that's not stable about this structure, and I think that that implies that Connie's family is not stable, her position in the family is not stable. But then, of course, there's that symbolism, that traditional symbol of the house as the symbol for the female body, because women are associated with the private, the home, men, the public, outside. And I think there's something in it that Arnold wants to invade Connie's home, the place where she's locked away, safe. So there's also some symbolism. I think I suggested in the close reading that Connie could be this Christ figure, in that she willingly gives up herself to save her family. In a sense, she sacrifices her innocence. She sacrifices that naivete, that worldview that's largely been shaped by popular culture. Is this allegorical in the fact that, I mean, if you look at her as a Christ figure, and Arnold as this satanic devil, and he's tempting her, and she, I mean, what's the meaning in that? I don't know. You tell me. We also have Arnold's face as a point of symbolism. He wears a mask. He wears makeup to hide who he is, which implies that he has two faces, these two sides. And it's also implied that Connie has two faces, like she wants to make sure her face is right when she looks in other people's. So this element of there's something to hide, I think is interesting. Some motifs, which is something that recurs over and over again. It's not necessarily, it's kind of like a symbol, but there's this motif of music that's consistent throughout the entire thing. I talk a lot about that in the close reading, but it's a representation of Connie's inner life. It's a source of pleasure, and even her sexuality. Because if you think about like music, you think of rhythm, you think of dancing, of movement. This idea that popular culture has given her this idea of romance that is deceptive, and it's this corruptive force that favors imagination over intuition. I mean, there's a reason why rock and roll is called the devil's music, right? Joyce Carol Oates said that, I'll let you, well, she says, my story had an ending one might call tragic, since the heroine surrenders to death. She in a sense is transcending her mortal self. She arises above her particularity, and she's going to ascend to death. She looks out from the screen door and she sees the organic world, which is the world from which we come and we're composed of, and going to go to that world, and she's going to die. A man has come for her, a rapist, and he's going to kill her. She says that, and I think that this is incredibly dark, but I think that there are several themes that she's hinting at with this dark story. This idea of coming of age, the Bildungsroman is the German word for it, but she surpasses this this childhood view, and she is into this adult world of experience and knowledge. This idea of youthful romantic fantasy, of this idea that dreams blind youth to the harsh, dangerous world of maturity. And there's that idea of sexual maturity being deadly serious stuff because, you know, Connie doesn't see it that way. This idea of the victimization of women, men as predators in society, and Connie's vulnerable status. I think that this is an interesting feminist point of view that I don't know if Joyce Carol Oates agrees with, because she said that she doesn't consider herself, excuse me, to be a feminist writer, but there's something there in that, I think. And then some other themes that are certainly present in this story: the appearance versus reality, agency, control, manipulation, the presence of evil. What she's saying about those things, that's entirely up to your interpretation. That's going to be your so what for a literary analysis, if this is the story that you choose to interpret. So what do you think she's saying about, you know, appearance versus reality, agency and control, the presence of evil? And then I think it would be remiss to not mention that Joyce Carol Oates is also pointing a finger at modern culture, that we're blinded by ignorance of social influence and accept those influences as fact. What was I going to say? Take that for what you will. So I've just gone over some of the basic literary elements. Like I said, I'm interested in seeing what you guys think of this story. Keep in mind, these are my, I'm just providing you with some of my insights, and whether or not you agree with what I say, it's totally reasonable. I'm interested in what you take away, so I'll see you guys in the discussion boards.